putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
We are back. I'm back. Yeah, and I want to apologize, first of all, to you, Lisa, for missing the past 2 months. I've been sick, and I'm still sick today. I got my little Pepto-Bismol tablets, but, we're here, we're alive. But you rocked it these past 2 months, girl, like, for real. You rocked those podcasts by yourself. I was like, there's my girl.
Thanks.
Thank you for picking up my load on that. And I apologize to, our whole zero viewers right now for not being here.
It made me laugh. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, and again today, more of our mystic mayhem going on. We had a great show lined up, and now we don't. So now it's.
So JP
now you really just get Lisa and Lisa tonight. So
yes.
Yeah, JP unfortunately had something come up, and look, we totally get it. I mean, that's life. Shit happens. It's okay. We are going to reschedule with him and have him on because it's my paranormal baby brother, and he is an amazing producer. He is he's a great guy all around and an amazing investigator, and has been doing it a long time. So so those of you that were tuning in to just see JP, please note we are having him back on. So hopefully either July or August, we will have him on. So yeah, I know. So
I was looking forward to meeting him because I was reading, his history and how he started at such a young age, like at 14, and
yes.
He had picked up on his mother, his deceased mother, I should specify. And I mean, that's heartbreaking. And then just wanting, and that I guess propelled him into it. So it's gonna be interesting to dive in and see what led him to even attempt to, or was he trying to reach her, not trying to? Was it an accident, like just happened, or?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, like he's done a lot of different movies, investigations that are on like Amazon Prime. He's been to the jail a million times and done stuff there. He and I actually, I mean, I don't want to delve into it too much right now, but I had a very, very moving Ouija board experience. He and I together at the jail. So when I have him on, we'll talk more about that. But so, but girl, it's been a crazy couple months. School ending and all that good stuff. And I don't know about you, but I mean, we just
your baby girl moving off.
Well, Megan moved off a couple of years ago to college, but she now lives in a high rise in the middle of downtown Houston, like on the 25th floor. So she's way up there. She's moving on up like the Jeffersons. So I always tell her, she's like, who? I'm like, yeah, I know. It's all right. So no, she's doing good. And my youngest just turned 14, and she's, I don't know, around here somewhere. So it's just, and when she was also, I think I mentioned before, we had a movie filmed at the jail recently. The name of it is called On American Soil. I am allowed to share that name now.
I remember last time you couldn't give details.
I couldn't give too many details. That's correct. But it is, I'm going to share a trailer on our jail page. So if anybody would like to go on Facebook, Haunted Lavaca County Jail, I'll be posting a trailer of that movie that was part of it was filmed at the jail, and my little girl Monica was in the movie as well. She didn't have a speaking part, but she was in there twice. So she was very excited about that because she's my little actress,
She's now famous.
my little drama queen. So yeah, she was super excited about that, and I'm really excited. It was a really cool movie, and it's going to give the jail some pretty cool exposure.
So what was this movie about?
About like immigration. A lot about immigration, not just necessarily Mexico, just immigration from all over. And
yeah, because you get it from
good guys gone bad kind of situation. Girl, we met. There was probably like 60 people there, and we met some of the most amazing people, some amazing actors, the writer, the producer. I mean, everybody. It's just such a cool experience doing what I do, because it's not only do you get to meet, different people from the paranormal world, but you get to meet people from, doing music videos at the jail, or just doing like filming at the jail. So it's really cool getting to meet like, all these different kinds of people, and having all this stuff done at the jail. So that has been amazing. I'm trying to
there was once, it was many years ago. I was in this paranormal group, and we were invited to, they did a spoof. There was a bunch of actors, and I don't remember who the production company was, but Joey Greco from,
yes.
He's part of the crew, the acting crew.
How fun.
Yeah. So they invited us to this showing of the film, and then it was a spoof, making fun, of paranormal. But it was actually really hilarious. I couldn't tell you the name of it now, but it was kind of cool because they were most of them were skeptical. I mean, they were just very skeptical that were in it, And it's funny because he tells me happy birthday every year, and that's one of them that I love getting every year. We don't talk nothing, but I get that happy birthday
once a year.
Yes.
It's like Santa.
Yeah, and then it's just interesting to see their take on it, coming from an acting standpoint, like you said.
Right. Yeah. And it's, kind of interesting too, because a lot of these, we've had several little short films and stuff done at the jail. But the people that aren't into the paranormal, that do come to the jail, and they're just walking around, and they're getting disembodied voices, or they're actually seeing things. So it's just kind of cool that it's kind of changed their perspective on things too. So I know some of the
I'm sorry. When they were there, is there anything that stands out from when they were there?
Yes. So it's just, it's cool that people that are there for a different reason and not looking for the paranormal experience things. And some of the people that were part of the crew, like they didn't even know it was a haunted location. And then they had to spend the night there, and they were like, man, all this weird stuff kept happening. And it's like, yeah, it happens. So it definitely happens. I'm trying to read this stuff over in the corner, but I can't. My eyes are so
the chat. Howie said hi.
Oh, hi, Howie. That's right.
And someone else. Oh.
Hi, Howie. Oh, hi, Howie. Right.
Does Howie also have a Roberts, or is that someone different? He's got a few.
My eyes are so blurry. I'm a diabetic.
His brother. Okay.
Oh, hey. We're just in our own little worlds today. Like I said, we have nothing going on right now. So, yeah. But anyway, but another exciting thing happening at the jail is we are finally getting a new roof. Yay! So I know it was odd because during filming, the chef, the guy that was cooking for everybody, his brother showed up on the last day, and he's a roofer, and he's like, hey, I kind of noticed that this place needs a new roof. And I'm like, yes, we do. Please. So yeah, we've been working back and forth, and I'm actually meeting him at the jail tomorrow morning, and we're going to get rolling on this. So I'm very excited. This is huge for us. I know it probably doesn't seem like a big deal to our 5 little viewers over there, but I'm telling you what, okay, this is huge. This is like preserving the jail. It's going to keep it going. So little things, but we're able to do that because because of people booking it. So you book the jail, that money goes towards, it doesn't go to us, trust me. It goes towards the jail, go towards fixing the jail. So this is like I said, a very monumental and huge thing right now, especially because I think it's supposed to be like a motherfucker of a hurricane season. Have you heard this? Like it's
No.
terrible. Yeah, we're supposed to have a really bad hurricane season. So
that means a lot of roofers, a lot of roofing with down south
exactly.
Florida and all that. Yeah.
Yep. So everybody, if you don't have a generator yet, go get your generators, get your batteries, your flashlights.
Yeah. When does the season start?
Start preparing. I think they said it already did. And it goes until like September or something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Just lots of rain coming up. That I know. But so what's I'm just blabbing away over here because I hadn't been on.
No, I mean we updated on the jail and everything else. The recent filming that you had there, that's good.
Yes.
I definitely want to check out that film. You said it was called On What Soil?
On American Soil.
On American Soil.
Yes.
Definitely want to check. Let me write that down too so I don't forget.
It's very, very impressive. They have done such an amazing job on that movie. I cannot wait for it to come out. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, see your daughter in it. Well,
I know.
And then we were talking about touching on maybe some near-death experiences for tonight's topic since JP is rescheduled. And I know we both have had experiences.
Yes.
You want to start us out here? Tell us about, because I'm not familiar with your experience. I know you've been really, really sick.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't personally call this a near-death experience, but it's something that happened to me that brought the paranormal to me. That I started seeing dead people. This is when I was 11 years old, and I was sick for a while, but nothing I really noticed. More of everybody else. Lost a lot of weight. I mean, I was 11 years old and I weighed like 45 pounds. I was just really thin, drinking a lot of water. So we went and had like my cholesterol checked, and my cholesterol was like in the 300s. At the time, our neighbor was a nurse at a pediatrician's office. So my mom was talking with her and she's like, yeah, we really need to get Lisa in and get, her checked out. So they take me to the doctor's office and they poke my little finger and they take me out of the room because I had to fast. So I couldn't eat anything. So the nurse had taken me down the hallway to get a Coke and a candy bar out of the vending machine.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, exactly. So I get back to the room and my mom is walking out of the room and she's just in tears. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? The nurse grabbed the Coke and the candy bar out of my hand like 2 minutes later, and they rushed me over to the hospital. And I was diagnosed with diabetes. My blood sugar wouldn't register on the hospital meters, which meant that it was like over 1,000 or 800 to 1,000. I was in diabetic ketoacidosis. So it was during my 2-week stay in the hospital when I started seeing dead people as clear as day, as clear as, I'm looking at you on a screen, but you know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't like, an apparition or see-through. They were clear as can be. And that lasted until I was about, I want to say it lasted until I was about 19 when I moved out of that house. But, and this is something, I mean, I'm 46 and this is something I still think about today is, when I'm out and about somewhere and I see people, am I still really seeing them or are they dead too? I definitely have a heightened sense. I definitely call myself a sensitive. I am an intuitive. Absolutely. But it's hard for me sometimes to decipher what is real and what's not. Because I know what I saw, and I know these people were dead. It was verified. So it's just sometimes it can be a little odd, when I'm out and about somewhere. That's kind of like why I don't like being in big crowds sometimes. It just can be a little overwhelming for me. I think about that a lot. I kind of want to say I kind of lost that ability as I got older, but I don't know, and it's not like you can walk up to somebody and be like, hey, do you see all those people standing over there? So I don't know, but I definitely know for a fact it was right after I was diagnosed with diabetes. Literally I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And during that 2 weeks, I saw one dead person for sure at the end of the hallway. I saw her every day. She would look at me, she would smile, and I would ask the nurse. I finally asked the nurse, I was like, man, that lady at the end of the hallway, she's so nice. She always smiles, and I wave, and she never waves. And the nurse's face went white. And she was like, yeah, that was the lady in room, whatever room it was. And she passed away like a month ago. So it was like, okay, all right.
Do you remember like going in and out of consciousness when you had DKA? Because a lot of my patients, they just become so delirious and just so in and out, and you know what I mean, with the breathing and
right. Honestly, I mean, it was so overwhelming at that time. I mean, I'd never had an IV. I'd never, been sick, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing my mom in tears, and I'm being rushed to the hospital. They're jabbing needles, everywhere. And
did you read Robert?
there's a lot. There's things
my palms now.
I'm trying to apologize. I'm trying to think of how to word this, because sometimes it makes sense to me, but it doesn't make sense coming out. But there are parts of those 2 weeks that I remember vividly. Like I can even smell, I like everything about it. And then there's other times that like I don't remember anything. So
yeah,
I don't know, but I definitely know that it was during that experience that I definitely started seeing dead people, for sure. So
yeah, I feel you on the
near
in and
death,
out.
yes, but not like, my heart stopped kind of situation, but
Yeah.
no, not like that at all. But I truly believe, and even the doctor said that had we waited like another 2 days, I probably would have been unconscious. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You decide. Dun, dun, dun. No. Sorry.
Okay, so we got to take a quick break because, well, not break, but Robert on here says, do either of y'all have the M mark in your palms? Now I want to know what this M is supposed to.
I have it on both. I have it on both of them.
Robert, what does M indicate? I got to know. Everybody wants to know what we're looking for.
Inquiring minds want to know. I have 2 M's.
I have a million lines.
Oh, if this is some effed up shit, don't be typing what it is. You can private message me. What do these 2 M's mean? I know. I got nothing. I can't even see. I'm so blind.
What part of the palm? Like where? I need like a picture or something.
And yes, hospitals are known for a lot of spirits. I have to say, the most crazy hospital I've ever been to is Yorktown Memorial Hospital. So, Keith, yeah, hospitals are very known for spirits. Girl, bless. What? The RNN's in the way. I can't see.
Well, while we're waiting on.
I'm blessed. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
I have 2. Woohoo! Hell yeah. I kind of always felt that though, It's like I should have been dead so many times, but here I am. Here I am.
There was this British researcher I came across when I was doing my doppelganger book, and she did a lot of research on near-death experiences. She actually started as an ICU nurse because of all the people. Yeah, she did a book. She studied like around 1998 is when she started her research and did it for like 5 years, but it took her like 10 years to compile everything, get it all together. And she did 15 cases. Most of them were heart attacks. but I mean, it's just like you see in the movies where they were talking about floating above their body and that out of body experience, the tunnel with the light at the end, and seeing, their dead relatives and people saying it's not your time yet. So it's the typical stuff you hear.
Right.
But it's interesting because she did this book with the intention of like academic studies and like for the library. He said, meaning you're very special.
I am.
I know.
I'm very special. We all know this. But thank you.
But if y'all want to research or look up that British researcher, she's Penny Sartori. I'm probably saying that wrong. It's Sartori. And it looks like pretty interesting. Yeah, I want to read more on it, on those cases and stuff. But I don't know. It's interesting. She talks about the skeptics too. In the book, and how they always made up excuses like, oh, their gas levels. It was their gas levels in their bloodstream, and they had low oxygen levels, and that's why they had these experiences. And but there was even a CP patient, a cerebral palsy patient, that had like a contracture, and then woke up and the contracture was gone. Like they could use that arm all of a sudden, and it was contracted up. So. I don't know.
That's very interesting. I mean,
yeah,
I know. So, I actually personally know someone that did die, and they brought him back, but then he ended up dying again. But a friend of mine was able to speak with him after he died the first time, and they brought him back. And she had asked him, "Well, did you see the white light? Did you see?" And he was like, "Not at all." So, I guess. I don't know. I guess we each have our own, we'll each have our own experience. So
yeah, I mean,
I forward to it, but I mean,
I don't think. I mean, I think you can have these near death without those specific things. I mean, I rolled down a highway and I hydroplaned like in 16, and I spun 3 times, and then I went barrel rolling, and I was knocked unconscious and ended up in a ditch that was filling with water.
Oh no.
I woke up upside down, and then I just remember pieces. I don't remember everything. I remember crawling out the back window, and I remember I remember EMS coming down the hill. I don't remember the ride, and I remember waking up in the trauma bay, and then I was out of it again, and I don't know. And I woke up, and when it was close to discharge, like I just remember pieces. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it changed anything for me though, because my experiences started at a young age, like you. So I just, I don't know that it enhanced it, but I don't think anything changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't see the white light.
Like those people with because I didn't flatline either. I mean, I was obviously altered and knocked unconscious and head trauma, and everything, but I didn't see any tunnels or lights or
right. Well, it wasn't your time, so
No.
Thank goodness it wasn't your time. So
yeah, it was crazy. In the book, like the description they used was that when people have these near-death experiences, it's a byproduct of the brain. Like that's an interesting description.
It is, and it is very interesting. Be interesting to do some studying on that too.
Yeah. That's actually one of the topics I was thinking about hitting on when I was looking at the second book that I was going to do was near-death experiences. But who? Oh, there's who is that? I think she may have actually.
Actually, I met now that you talk about this, and we can have him on sometime. When we were doing the filming at the jail, I met this an actor. His name is Jody. I'll have to look up his last name. I apologize. But if you go on to YouTube and you search his name, let me look up his name real quick because it was very interesting. Jody.
Oh, no problem.
You go to YouTube. Where the hell did he go? I'll have to look at it in a minute. On YouTube, and you look up his name, Rescue 911 Jody, and I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up before the show ends. But when he was younger, he fell off a cliff and like broke literally every single bone in his body.
Wow.
He was dead for a while, and they brought him back, and he's just like a walking miracle. So,
Yeah.
but I tried talking to him a little bit about, you know, did you have any experiences after that kind of thing? He really didn't seem to be interested in talking about that. But the fact that he survived this, you know, horrific accident, and literally broke every bone in his body and lived to tell about it is just insane. So here, let me see. Now I'm interested. Now I want to know who it is. So you were talking about like doppelganger, shit shapers. No, like
Shapers.
shit shapers. Like we're figuring out what we're going to talk about tonight, y'all. So
Well, we touched on near-death experiences. Doppelgangers is a good topic. You know, I mean, I did that book on it. That was my first book when I got that little taste of, I don't know, you just get that taste where you want to write. I don't know how to describe it. And then you now want to do it again. But you have to have time. You can't just, I don't know, people get impatient. Like when I did the first book, they wanted it done and out in a year, and it just doesn't happen. You have to feel it. You have to want to sit and write and spend time on it, and then not to mention the editing. You pay people to edit it, but they don't. They miss a ton of crap in there, and it looks horrible. So you have to
and you look like an idiot. Yeah. It's
Oh yeah, you end up having to go behind them and catch things they missed. And then if you don't and you want to edit it at a later point, then you have to pay to, you know, get it modified, you know, a few hundred or whatever, and then they modify it and reissue it.
Right.
It's such a mess.
A pain in the butt.
Yeah. But with doppelgangers, a lot of people, I mean, you don't think about it, but there's pet doppelgangers. And then there's a lot of famous people, like popular people in history that have seen their doppelgangers. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like Abraham Lincoln, I think, is like one of the most famous ones where he saw his doppelganger in a mirror. But, you know, he dabbled with the Ouija and everything.
Nice.
He
was weird, like us.
Yeah. But yeah, he was in the White House. But how he was a mess. But he saw his doppelganger, and I guess the story is that he saw it, and then like he ran out and grabbed his wife and was like, come look. And then she went back, and of course, you know, there was nothing. And
it was gone by then.
Yeah. What was it?
Did he dabble in the drugs too? I mean, just curious.
Right.
Yeah,
it says it was like right after his first election. He was laying down, glanced in a mirror. He saw two faces, his, and then what he said was his doppelganger, like a second face.
Right, yeah. And see, we've, like Deborah and I, you know, we'll go to the jail, give a tour or whatever, and we leave, and we've shown up in people's photos when we weren't on the property. And I've had like, I walked into the back kitchen and had like a 20-minute conversation with Deborah and walked out, and she's sitting in the garage. And I'm like, shit, that's happened to us, both of us before. So it definitely happens. There's a lot of weird stuff.
That's kind of off topic, but you know, that's how we are. Have you ever done the scrying in the mirror? Where you look at the mirror? We did it like Haunted Hill House in one of the closets, and they used to have it in a closet over at Black Swan Inn. Where you like, it has to do with the mirror and the light being dimmed and a candle and like seeing spirit through the mirror.
No, I haven't. I mean, I've done like the Bloody Mary shit in the mirror before.
No, people swear by it. I don't have the balls to do it because I'm like the Bloody Mary. I would get halfway.
I'd get scared. Yeah, it's just that negative, you know, thing about, you know, like Ouija boards are negative. And I mean, granted, the 2 times I used it, it was pretty fucked up. But I mean, really, it's no different than, you know, ghost boxing or, you know, any of that other stuff. It's just what people put out there about it, I think.
Another famous one, Queen Elizabeth. So she, you know,
oh really?
Obviously she's considered very level-headed, and charismatic, and she reports seeing her doppelganger laying sprawled out in her bed, motionless like a corpse.
Ooh. Sounds like me. Motionless like a corpse.
She did, and this was Queen Elizabeth I. Now, she did die shortly afterwards, because you know how they say like it's an omen, but I didn't find that correlation in my book, I will say, with all the people that saw their doppelganger or could have been their doppelganger. There was no like correlation where all of them died right afterwards or something bad happened. But and she was like 69 at her death, so she was a little bit older.
Yeah, but not very old, man.
Yeah.
Geez, if that's the case, I'm dying soon. This sucks.
And there was a famous teacher that over at a private school who like 13 students report seeing her, and
and Elvis, everybody sees Elvis.
The doppelganger was standing next to her while she was teaching class and mimicking her every movement.
Did she see it or just the students?
Did
it say?
That she was oblivious to it. And then concerned parents start removing their students out of fear.
Interesting. She was giving the kids edibles. They were just seeing she can't do this.
Like, I've got some gummies for you
just
guys.
Can't take me seriously ever. I'm so sorry. Oh wait, I'm trying to read. You're a hand-picked what? Meaning very special. Oh, I don't know. I'm still just trying to read all the stuff over in the corner, but
specific or I don't know. I think there's just two typos there. And then Keith says there are a lot of leeches in hospitals. However, some hospitals are actually allowing energy healing. I guess some are healing. Not all of them are leeches.
Yeah.
We do, but I work in ED and we get a lot of deaths. I mean, not every day, but I mean, you get someone that we can't save about every other day, every couple of days. There'll be someone that passes and laying there for a while till they're picked up, from babies to, older, all ages. So, there's a lot of death, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, there are. That's what I tell people when they come to the jail. It's like, they didn't, back in the day, they burned the evidence, like the books and, all the records. They destroyed that stuff, or they didn't like paperwork. So it's like, I know, being a sensitive, intuitive, knowing history, I know there were hundreds of deaths that occurred on that property of the jail. But, as far as documents, we only have a certain amount documented, so it's like.
Yeah. And I never thought about that, how, you were talking about them destroying records because they don't want proof of these people dying or, death.
Yeah, and you think about that. The jail ran from 1885 to 2005, and you think about back in the day. You got one sheriff there, and he's got one or two, people in jail, and who knows what they did, but he probably didn't want to have to deal with them. He's just going to shoot them and throw them down the river. You're not going to document that, so there's all kinds of stuff that'll happen, and so I don't know. But then between custodial deaths, suicides, real suicides.
Yeah, you say, were they really suicides?
Yeah, real suicides, fake suicides, the 23 confirmed public hangings, the cemeteries that washed away back there. There's just a lot. Yeah. So many deaths. Hey, you know what I found? This is kind of random too, but that's, how we are. Okay, so we were looking to going into a cruise, like a boat, a cruise. They have morgues on cruises. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
I guess people die on there. They got to do something with them, right? Like, now I want to go. I want to go on a cruise investigation. I don't know.
All right, I got one more for you.
Sure.
We're coming up probably on 40. We can wrap in like 10 minutes or something. But Catherine the Great. Mm-hmm. So she reported that, she was told by her servants that she was seen sitting in her throne when she was actually laying in bed She went out to explore, saw the doppelganger wearing some clothes that she had worn years prior, and ordered the trespasser to be shot. And then it's unclear what happened next, but Catherine the Great died shortly after.
Wow. That'd be weird to see your own doppelganger, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to be like, yeah, well, I had a conversation with Deborah in the back kitchen, but I really didn't because she's been sitting out here. But to see your own, I mean, that'd be so weird.
Yeah, some of these cases, so there was two really interesting ones I will say in the book. One that always sticks out to me was this kid that was, his mom was washing dishes. Well, I was trying to think which one was actually her. I'd have to look back, and it's been a while since I've written that. But he comes in the house and looks over, and she's like washing dishes. And I think that's where she was looking all just ghostly and gauntly, but not like quite like herself. And he keeps going, and he goes past the laundry room, and then she's in there, and she's actually doing laundry. And he looks back, and there's nobody at the sink. And so it's like, so doppelganger, not doppelganger.
Right.
He was very descriptive, very vivid memory. And that's what all these cases, I mean, they could tell you the time of the day, when it was, spring, fall, raining, sunny, whatever. I mean, they had clothing. I mean, I asked them about smells. Was there any egg smell, weird smells? I mean, I even asked them their astrological signs in this book. Like, I want to know, was there any correlation? Like,
what is happening?
Yeah, like, were they just more because they're more sensitive, or like how many are mediums? I mean, I hit on everything. I mean, I was asking about their diet, their education. I mean, I was asking these people everything. It's like asking their whole life. But and then the other one, what was the other? Oh, there was another one where there was a guy in a graveyard. They were investigating at the graveyard, and he saw the doppelganger, and I forget if it was himself or one of the other guys. And he said it followed him around, and it was native territory, native land. And so my thought was kind of shapeshifter, but how do you know? Shapeshifter. Right. And they says, oh yeah, it followed us around for a few minutes and then it was gone. But he didn't tell them. He said, just look back and saw it a few times. I'm like, why would you, like, if I'm investigating with you,
right?
I'd be like, hey, Lisa, there's some shit following us,
Yeah.
Turn off the camera, I mean, you want to catch it. So
right.
That kind of baffles me. You say this happened, but then you didn't mention it to anybody.
Right.
So that one I'm kind of like skeptical on, and then also as to which one it would even be. Would it just be straight up a doppelganger, or would it be a shapeshifter kind of deal? Right. Being, I don't know. So a lot of that's left to interpretation, and there's a whole chapter too of like other theories and things that these could be with these different cases that I wrote about. Because
it's just so many thoughts and on what it could be, and I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it exists, that's for sure. Because I know what I've seen. So.
Well, and without you actually being there, it's hard to say. And knowing the history behind the land and the person and the situation, and I mean,
Yep, understood. It's like saying, I get it. After, like I said, I've been at the jail actually for 7 years today. So
I know. I was just gonna say, speaking of 7 years,
7 years today. I know it's
the anniversary.
I know. Thanks.
Anything special planned?
I'm sorry. Do what?
Anything special planned for the anniversary or no?
Well, I went out to dinner tonight, but I still have a stomach ache. I don't know.
A new roof for the
place. I need the roof for tomorrow, so there's that. Yay!
Oh, I mean, 7 years, old Lavaca jail.
I know. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes it seems less than that. Sometimes it seems more than that. But it's been an amazing ride. That is for damn sure. Wouldn't trade it for anything. So it's been good. It's been good. So much more to come. So
yes,
so much more to come. And speaking of, you to the jail again, so we can. record us investigating and stuff and put it out there. So last time we just took a bunch of photos at cemeteries. I don't know. We were
I know. We keep saying we're going to like investigate, and then we kind of fool around at the jail.
Look, we start drinking, and then no, just joking. She starts drinking, and then no, I'm teasing. No, but no, yeah, we'll have to do that soon, and then we can upload a bunch of that, and
we'll do an upcoming show too on Goliad, because Lisa and I are planning a trip to Goliad. We've both been.
Yes.
I haven't done a formal investigation. It was just kind of going through with some other investigators. We just happened to be passing through. We were actually coming from Yorktown Memorial Hospital, and we stopped in Goliad.
Yeah, we're all in like the same general area, so
yeah.
I know. Yeah, Presidio La Bahia in Goliad is where the largest Texas massacre occurred, and it's a very humbling place and a very beautiful place. I investigated there once, and I'm dying to do it again. So, absolutely, we need to get rolling on that for sure.
Yeah, we'll plan something after I get this next schedule here in the next few days. And then a lot of people too don't realize, even being, the big massacre, like you said, it is humbling and beautiful. And they do a lot of church weddings out there.
Yes, they do. They do have a beautiful chapel. Oh my gosh, their chapel is absolutely stunning. They have some graves out there too. It's a very cool place. So even if you go, it's actually a museum. So you can go, during the day and just do like a normal museum tour. Doesn't have to be weird and paranormal or anything, but yeah, definitely humbling, and you need to go check it out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I'm tired.
Yeah,
I need to go eat some Pepto-Bismol because my tummy is grumbling like a motherfucker.
Well, we are wrapping. Next show is going to be Love Shack Saturday, 11 to 12. Make sure you guys tune in for that. And then we will be back in July and August. We're going to bring JP on one of those 2 months. And then we've got a few others lined up. So we will see you next month in July. Summertime.
Yes. Stay mystic, y'all.
Yes. Bye, guys.